G'day frothers. Look, I thought I'd put a little video together because I did some searching myself, excuse the dodgy footage. Nelsey was supposed to be helping me and she's probably buggered off upstairs, so I did a bit of research. I tried to do some research on how to swap out a sliding window on an ARB Canopy to a lift up window, because the sliding windows are, as anyone would experience, useless as tits on a bloody ball. So I'm going to swap it out with a lift up one so I can get better access to the back. Now, as I said, I did some googling, I couldn't find a damn thing, so I thought, well, I'll put a video out and show you how I'm doing it. It's not to say it's the right way, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, from the inside, this is it. You see I've added a fridge box in here, and you just can't get to anything with this window. It's bloody hopeless. So with the lift up window I can access that void around behind and get into my recovery gear and whatever else I want to put there, bags of wood, etc. So I'm going to replace this with a lift up one. So yeah, I'll put a video together and show you how I did it. Now I did purchase a seal from ARB, but they've given me the wrong one. They've given me this seal here, so I'm just going to use a bit of silicone with the other one. I bought a second-hand one off a bloke who was parting out his Canopy, so it only cost me $100, and then I'm just going to use some silicone around it. So I'll show you how to do it. Cheers. Right, so that's all the screws undone. Move that out of the way, and there's your frame that holds it in. That's part one done. Now this next bit's a bit tricky. I've already taken the replacement off, so we figured out how to do it with the old Canopy that I took the lift up one off. You'd think at this point now you could pretty much just lift it out, but you can't, because it's stuck in with the seal and the hole is actually slightly smaller, so you've got to use a fair bit of manpower to pull it out. But the first thing you do is break that seal. So this is what we did last time. I'm going to try it again with this one, using some whippersnipper twine. Try and push through a bit of a gap, and then we can run it around the outside if I can get it through and break that seal. Lift it away, okay. Lift it away a bit. Push on that section. Hopefully able to break it enough so I can get that twine in now. I can see it there. Those pliers. Okay, got him. Right, now we've got that through. Hopefully I'll just run it around the outside and break that seal. Oh, that actually went easier than the last one. Okay, that's done. It's a seal broken. Now it's just a matter of trying to get it out. It's the tricky bit. Still don't want to smash the windows either. It's like getting a tight tube off a tyre. Actually, I might actually go and get a couple of tyre levers and help run it around the edge. A moment, please. Okay, here's one little wedge. Alright, there's one spot. Another one down below. So it's playing difficult. Another two little wedgies again. Alright. One window out, managed not to break it, so that's a success. That's phase one. You can see that seal around the edge there. That was the one I was trying to order from ARB. Oh, they sent me the wrong one, so I'm just going to run silicone around it from the new one. And that'll do it. This is the replacement one. Got a couple of scratches, so I give it a couple of coats of paint. Now, if you can see there, but that's the seal in it. Like, it's not sticky, so I'm thinking maybe it wasn't sticky to begin with and it's just a rubber seal. So maybe I don't run silicone around it, maybe I just screw it in and hope that it doesn't leak, and I guess if it does leak I can just take it off and put silicone on it and do it again. Although as you've seen, it's a shit of a job getting it off, but yeah, and so basically the canopy just sits in that groove right where my finger is there. So, well, I'll just have a crack at putting the new one on, or the new old one on. See how it fits. It's the bottom in. In. Bottom's in. I'm in. Wow, okay, that was that was a piece of cake getting it in. Just getting it out was hard. So that's, yeah, we're all good. Ready to screw back on the frame. Forgot to show you tools of the job. This is it's like a 1/4 inch driver. I'm not sure what that is in metric, sorry. I did overdrive one of these and it was this one. Yep, so I'm just going to put another one in. So yeah, it is aluminium to aluminium, so don't go too hard. Just put another one in there. Right, now we're ready for the window. So with these windows, it's the same as the tailgate window. You got to put it in literally upside down. Should slot in there. There we go. And now bring it down. In. That little holder there. Same with this one. Well, that didn't go to plan. I'm going to film it because obviously this is what can happen. I'm guessing that the struts were too stiff, being old struts, and I've just gone and closed that and it's just shattered. Now I have had that happen to the back window too, and that was only about a year old. So yeah, it's the thing with these glass windows that don't have any frame around them. If those struts become old and too stiff, the glass will just go, not going to do it, and break apart and scratch your car. So that's a real pain in the ass, that is. Now I've got to find another window. Here's me thinking this was a job that was playing out easier than I thought it would be, and then that happened, so shit. Alright, welcome back. So yeah, that happened. The glass exploded. That's the second one on this canopy that's exploded. The first one was the rear tailgate. It's actually on the 4-wheel drive jamboree with our 4-wheel drive club, Bayside Off-Roaders. come back after a night of having a few drinks around the fire, went to close the tailgate to pack up camp, and the whole thing just exploded. So that's number one, and this is the second one. So you can see how easy they've happened. That happens, I should say. I just forgot to put that up, so I'll put that back up in a sec. But so long story short, ended up having to go to ARB and buy a whole new. They don't just sell the window, even though the window comes in and out. They don't sell the window separately, which is weird because they do for the back tailgate, but not for the side. So that makes no sense. So it was 360 something bucks to get the whole new thing. So I've just put the new frame in. I didn't show you that because it's the same as putting the last frame in. The only difference was the frame itself isn't pre-drilled. So the guard that goes around the outside that holds it in place, that is, but there's none there, and you have to sort of push down a little bit to make sure you get over this little lip and actually into the frame, and then when you screw in, it pulls it tight into the little foam seal. So now we've got this done. I've just connected the two new struts because the old struts are a hell of a lot stiffer than these, which is most probably what caused the window to explode. So this is test number one. Cross fingers, wish me luck. So it doesn't explode. Feels good so far. Okay, it works. So there you go, there's another hot tip we're all learning. As soon as your struts start to feel the slightest little bit stiffer than you remember them, get them replaced, or you'll get explosivo going on there in the window. So that's all nice and so now all I've got to do is put the locks in, which I'll do in a sec.